Welcome to Drone Pilot MBA. Today, we're zeroing in on something.
Oh.
I think often gets overshadowed in real estate.
Right.
And it's these still aerial photographs captured by drones.
Yeah.
Now we hear so much buzz about drone videos.
Of course.
Those impressive cinematic fly-throughs.
Absolutely.
But what we really want to do in this deep dive is unpack why drone images are such a significant asset.
Okay.
And how they actually make drone technology accessible.
Right.
And valuable for marketing literally any property, whether it's a cozy condo or a sprawling estate.
Makes sense.
So think of this as your quick guide to unlocking a surprisingly effective aspect of modern real estate marketing.
I like it.
And as always, a big thanks to Tony Marino, our producer, whose expertise in the drone business is consistently on point.
I think while those video tours definitely have their place in showcasing a property, the immediate impact and versatility of a compelling aerial photograph can be a real game changer.
Okay, so let's really get into the nuts and bolts here. What is it about a drone image that gives it such a punch? In the real estate world, I always think, for me, when I think about that initial scroll through listings online, what makes you stop and click?
That's the critical moment, right? And a striking aerial photograph can be incredibly effective at capturing that initial attention. Joe Carriere of Dallas Air Photos. He really nailed it when he said, and I quote, "A drone's perspective offers an incredible first impression."
Wow.
And so that main image that you see, on the MLS or other online portals, that's digital prime real estate. And a well-composed aerial shot can absolutely stop potential buyers mid-scroll. It offers a visual perspective that they simply can't get from traditional ground-level photos.
It's that instant visual magnet. But it's not just about looking visually appealing, is it?
Right. It's not just about pretty pictures.
No.
It actually provides you with a much richer understanding of the entire property as a whole. A drone image truly shines when it comes to showing the bigger picture in a way that standard photography just can't replicate. You get a complete view of the property, the house itself, how it sits on the land, all those important outdoor features, and even a sense of its relationship to the surrounding neighborhood.
I see.
This is particularly valuable for larger properties with significant acreage.
They make sense.
Or homes with unique layouts that are difficult to fully appreciate from ground level. It provides instant clarity of scope and context.
That makes total sense, because trying to articulate the layout of a complex property or the expanse of a large lot with ground level shots can be so challenging for potential buyers.
Absolutely. An aerial shot immediately clarifies the scale and how all the different elements of the property connect. Plus, it's a fantastic way to highlight those key amenities that might otherwise be overlooked.
Like what?
Things like a swimming pool tucked away in the backyard. An expansive patio, perfect for entertaining. Or even the property's proximity. To local parks, desirable shops, and good schools. That bird's eye view offers invaluable context and a much clearer understanding of the lifestyle the property offers. It's about showcasing not just the house, but the entire living environment.
So it's about that initial grab and then really delivering that crucial context. Does this actually translate into tangible results, like a quicker sale?
That is a great question. And this is where it gets really interesting. There's compelling evidence suggesting a link between the use of aerial shots and faster sales cycles. You might encounter statistics claiming homes with aerial photography sell significantly faster. Figures around 68% faster have been cited.
68% faster?
Wow. Now, it's always prudent, as Nick Duda pointed out, in his analysis of an Eyes Media article, to look closely at the methodology behind those specific numbers.
You can't just blindly accept every statistic
that come across. However, the overall trend strongly indicates that aerial visuals do contribute to a more efficient sales process when potential buyers have a clearer understanding of the property from the outset. It tends to lead to more qualified interest and potentially fewer wasted in-person viewings. If they connect what they see from above, they're more likely to be serious about seeing it in person.
Yeah.
It acts as a powerful initial filter.
It's like giving buyers a comprehensive preview.
Yeah.
Before they even schedule a visit.
Exactly.
Beyond just the main listing. In what other ways can drone images significantly boost real estate marketing efforts?
They inject a really dynamic element into your broader marketing strategy, extending far beyond those static listing photos. Think about crafting visually engaging content for your online presence, your social media campaigns. A striking aerial shot can really cut through the noise in a crowded newsfeed and immediately capture attention.
That's a good point.
It's about developing eye-catching promotional materials that complement and sometimes even surpass the impact of a standard video tour.
Interesting.
You can use them in brochures, website banners, and across all your digital channels to create a cohesive and visually appealing marketing narrative.
So it's not just about making the listing itself more attractive, but also elevating your entire marketing footprint.
Precisely.
And it probably positions the agent as more innovative and forward-thinking, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. In today's competitive market, embracing drone technology clearly signals to potential clients that you're committed to utilizing the most effective and cutting-edge tools to market their property.
Makes sense.
It demonstrates a willingness to invest in innovative strategies. This can be a significant differentiator, especially when you're aiming to attract tech-savvy buyers. Like millennials and Gen Z, who form an increasingly large segment of the market. Bill Brown from NAR even suggested that down the line. Listings that don't include drone technology might be perceived negatively.
Wow.
As though they're missing a crucial element of modern marketing.
Almost like they're behind the times.
Exactly.
And let's not forget the practical considerations. How does the cost of utilizing drone photography compare to more traditional aerial photography methods?
Yeah, that's a significant advantage when you compare it to the expense of hiring a manned aircraft, like a plane or a helicopter, to capture those aerial views. Drone photography is considerably more cost-effective. This affordability opens up the possibility of incorporating aerial perspectives for a much wider range of listings and budgets.
I see.
Making it a viable option, even for properties where traditional aerial photography would have been financially out of reach.
Wow.
It democratizes access to this powerful visual tool.
Okay, so the advantages seem pretty compelling. Stronger initial engagement, a clearer understanding of the property and its surroundings, potentially faster sales, enhanced and more dynamic marketing materials, a modern and innovative image for the agent, and significant cost savings compared to traditional methods. But I know some real estate professionals have valid concerns about incorporating drones, into their business. What are some of the key worries they might have?
Well, liability and insurance are definitely at the forefront for many. Operating drones does inherently involve certain risks, the possibility of accidents, unintentional property damage, or even though rare personal injury. While the FAA doesn't currently mandate insurance coverage, for drone operations, it is very strongly recommended due to these potential liabilities. Real estate professionals understandably want to ensure they are adequately protected. Whether they are operating the drone themselves or contracting with a third-party drone service provider, it's about mitigating potential financial risks.
That's totally understandable. Nobody wants to face unforeseen costs due to an accident.
Exactly.
What about the actual rules and regulations surrounding drone flights? That can seem like a really complex area for someone who isn't already familiar with aviation.
You're absolutely right. Navigating the FAA's regulations is crucial for ensuring legal and safe drone operations. It's essential to have a solid understanding of the rules concerning airspace restrictions. Knowing where you can and cannot fly, as well as any local ordinances. That might further restrict drone flights in specific areas. Furthermore, being mindful of and respecting the privacy of neighboring property owners is paramount.
That's a good point.
Ideally, as a matter of good practice, if you're planning a drone shoot, it's often wise to inform adjacent property owners beforehand.
So it's not just about the technical skill of flying the drone. It's also about being a responsible and considerate operator within the community.
Couldn't said it better myself.
And then there's always the potential for equipment malfunction or pilot error leading to a drone crash. Which, again, underscores the importance of having adequate insurance coverage.
Of course.
And there are also specific regulations regarding flying over people who are not directly participating in the drone operation for commercial real estate purposes. It's highly recommended and often implicitly required by insurance providers to work with drone pilots who hold an FAA Part 107 certification.
Absolutely. These professionals have demonstrated a thorough understanding of these complex regulations.
What exactly does obtaining that Part 107 certification entail?
Okay, so to earn an FAA Part 107 certificate, which is the standard for commercial drone pilots, individuals need to meet several requirements. They must be at least 16 years of age, be able to read, speak, and comprehend the English language, and successfully pass a comprehensive aeronautical knowledge test.
So it's like a written exam?
Yes, it is a written exam. This exam covers a broad spectrum of aviation-related topics, including FAA regulations, applicable to small unmanned aircraft systems, airspace classifications, and operational procedures within different types of airspace, understanding aviation weather sources, and the impact of weather on drone performance.
Makes sense.
Principles of drone loading and performance, emergency procedures, effective true resource management, standard radio communication procedures, the physiological effects of drugs and alcohol on pilot performance, sound aeronautical decision-making, and proper maintenance and pre-flight inspection procedures.
So you really have to know what you're doing.
You really do.
It's much more than just knowing how to control the drone.
Absolutely.
It's about understanding the entire operational environment.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
In the FAA's Small Unmanned Aircraft Rule, commonly referred to as Part 107, or the SUAS rule, forms the foundational regulatory framework. Since its initial implementation in 2016, there have been significant updates and amendments, such as the Remote Identification Rule, which mandates that drones broadcast a unique identifier, essentially a digital license plate.
Exactly. And the Operations Over People at Night Rule, which has expanded the conditions under which drones can be flown over people and during nighttime hours. These changes are designed to further integrate drones safely into the national airspace.
Remote ID, that's a way for authorities to track and identify drones in flight, correct?
In essence, yes. It allows regulatory bodies and law enforcement to identify drones operating in the sky. And it's important for real estate professionals to be aware that if a drone is being used for any business-related purpose, it generally needs to be registered with the FAA. Even those lighter models that weigh under 250 grams. Additionally, there are different classifications of drones, such as Category 3 and Category 4, which have specific operational limitations, particularly concerning flights over people and what the FAA terms open-air assemblies, large gatherings of individuals. For example, Category 3 drones, which have certain design features to minimize potential injury, are still restricted from flying directly over open-air assemblies.
I see.
Category 4 drones, which are required to have an airworthiness certificate issued by the FAA, have more flexibility, but must still comply with the Remote Identification Rule when operating over open-air assemblies.
It sounds like the regulatory landscape is constantly evolving.
It is.
So staying up to date is really crucial for anyone using drones commercially.
Absolutely. And understanding these regulations isn't just about avoiding potential fines or legal issues. It's fundamentally about ensuring responsible and safe operation of unmanned aircraft. For instance, the specific requirement for remote ID can also vary, depending on whether you are operating a standard remote ID drone that broadcasts directly, a drone that uses a separate remote ID broadcast module, or if you are operating within designated FAA recognized identification areas, FRAAs. Each of these scenarios has different requirements regarding the broadcast of identification and location information and maintaining visual line of sight with the drone.
So for real estate professionals who are considering how drone images might fit into their overall marketing strategy, what's the key takeaway here?
The core message is to seriously explore the significant potential that drone photography offers for enhancing your property listings, the advantages in terms of initially capturing buyer interest, providing a comprehensive view of the property and its surroundings, and ultimately modernizing your marketing efforts are substantial. I strongly encourage you to consult the resources available from organizations like the National Association of Realtors, which often provide valuable guidance on the use of drone technology in real estate.
Great.
And perhaps most importantly, connect with certified and reputable drone professionals in your area who possess a thorough understanding of both the technology and the relevant regulations. Take the time to consider how those unique aerial perspectives can provide you with a distinct competitive advantage in your local real estate market.
This has been a truly insightful deep dive into the often underestimated power of drone images in real estate. It's clear that utilizing still aerial photography offers a wealth of value for real estate professionals who are looking to elevate their marketing and provide a more compelling and informative experience for potential buyers.
It's about strategically leveraging all the tools at your disposal to effectively and comprehensively represent the properties you are entrusted with selling.
Thank you for joining us, and keep on droning.